Hello, my name is Kleihues. This office is called Kleihues and Kleihues. It was founded in 1996 and it is based on the office of my father, Joseph Paul Kleihues, who founded the office in 1962. Actually, we had parallel offices. My father had his office, I had my office. I had my office in the center of Berlin. And after a while we decided to work together, but not really working together, but sharing the infrastructure, but doing our projects independently from each other. Actually, we do everything. We do, really everything. The only thing we haven't done until now are airports. And so we do villas, we do office buildings, we do hospitals, and now we just finished 2 quite large hotels here in Berlin. We are definitely leading the process. I mean, we are the architects, and not only our aim, but also our task is to control and to delegate and to coordinate all the engineers. It doesn't matter if those are the MEP, if those are the static engineers, green planners or whatever. We as architects, we are responsible for the architecture and we are responsible for the result. In Germany you would say we are the Treuhänder des Bauherrn. As a Treuhänder of the Bauherr, you are responsible not only for the result, but you're also responsible for the interests of the client. And that's the reason, even if the client has a certain program and he says, I want to have a hotel with 350 rooms and a congress area which has this or that dimensions and with a kitchen with this and that dimensions, you as an architect, you're responsible to tell the client, look, this is your program, but I would suggest make the kitchen a little bit bigger, otherwise the congress area or the restaurant won't work. Of course, this is our task, and we hope that the client still expects this also from us. I'm not the one who works on the computer. I, for myself, know where to switch on a Macintosh computer. I don't know where to switch on a PCs. And that's the same for me with the programs. The only CAD program I know how to work on is ArchiCAD and I think as an architect you should not think about how you work. That means you should not waste your time in understanding a program you are working on, but you should just work and you should concentrate on your architecture. That means that's the reason why we only work with ArchiCAD, actually why we only work with Macintosh, because those computers and those programs are very easy to work with, and it's fun to work with, and maybe that makes it a little easier to work so much. I think that the future for architecture is the same as the past of architecture. What counts is quality. That means it doesn't matter if you do an airport or if you do an office building or if you do a hotel or whatever. People ask much more and more for quality. That means for you students that you have to work a lot. As an architect, you really have to work a lot, but you never get it paid. That means you have to be aware of the fact that as an architect you have a lot of fun because the job is fantastic. You do many things which are different. You have all the time a new task. You have all the time a new problem to solve. That's not like a pilot who all the time flies the same route and sits like a bus driver in his cockpit. You do something fantastic, but you have to be aware of the fact that you work a lot and that you get only a little money for what you do. Our design philosophy is ourselves, the self-understanding of our office is to work within the urban fabric, which means we are not interested in doing label architecture, which means that everybody immediately recognizes that this is a building by Kleihues and Kleihues. We are not interested in doing signature architecture. We are interested in working with the urban context and within the urban context. I think this is what is typical for our office, and that's the reason why people like our architecture, and especially why also the officials like our architecture. Let me just explain on two projects we just finished, two hotels, what I mean when I talk about the city fabric, when I talk about the urban context. For example, and you can see the photos here. This is an elevation, and those are just some facade photos. This one, by the way, is a piece of the natural stone, how it is curved. And the idea of this project was, when you look at the site plan, people that know Berlin, they know in Berlin you have a certain height which is 22.5, and which means the height of the roof. And this 22.5 meters is almost a law in Berlin. You are not allowed to build higher than that. And suddenly you have a building like this, which is much higher, which is almost 3 times as high. Now everybody might ask, where is now the urban context? Where is the city fabric? We have a special situation here. We have a piazza, a bigger place here, where you have 1, 2, 3 very high buildings, which are not typical for Berlin. And what we decided was to answer with a 4th high building, so to enclose this piazza, to enclose this plaza with this high building on one hand side. On the other hand side, we still closed the block, which means bringing back the block structure, at least on this side. On this side, we have a solitary building and a monolithic building, and we can't attach this building. That's the reason why this building on one hand side stands within the block, and the other hand side it stands free. Special for this hotel, it's a hotel with 350 rooms and congress areas and things like that. Special with this building is that we did the complete interior design. That means we did everything. We did not only all the furniture, but we did also door handles. This is very rare for hotels of this size, because usually when you do hotels of this size, you do just the exterior, and the interior is done by somebody else, and this somebody else does the architecture that or interior that meets the idea of the corporate identity of the hotel, which is usually not really the kind of interior design we would like.